Greetings, traveler.
We are going to be watching a Dogdog game from the early access event. Gonna be Beast, Ellie, Pirate, Quillbore, and Undead. I do think there's a lot of cool Lich King stuff in this particular season. So we're gonna see if he goes for that or if he ends up going for Morchi to try to get a time warp. Oh, we rerolled a Bran. We're Branning? I'm always fine. I'm always down with that. Let's see what he took. Okay. I do think I would be quite happy to jam... Oh, Ellie's are in too. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, having Bran is quite powerful then. We open with a battle cry. That's sweet. It's always nice to get that. You see a lot of people checking the in-game book because the tracker was broken. So he's just checking the minions, right? So we have a coin and another battle cry turn 2. That's perfectly fine for Bran, because then next turn he can level and get the unit. I will say it's a little bit annoying that he's just on the book the whole time, but I totally get it. He's just like, well, what's in? I guess you just lasso. You can even think about holding it, but I think you have a pretty good chance of winning if you play it. So it's gonna save you like 3 health or so. Yeah, he's just having a look. See which minions are in. That's fair. Okay, he got the good hits. He's gonna get the tie. Basically, he loses here if the baller gets to one-shot something, but the bacon being in the back makes that pretty hard anyway. He's got Bran if he wants it. Could just get Bran here. Double buy. I think I'm quite down with that. That's a turn 3 Bran? Turn 4 Bran. And he gets to get 4 gems. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait, what? Are we not buying a battle crate? Ah! Oh, okay. Huh. So he does this instead. Is that worth it? I guess let's see what his life total looks like from this. Alright, so I can't see the fight. And then he just levels the 4 here. Okay, yeah, he's just on the book. He's perma on the book. That's okay. At least the early game's not that interesting anyway. Alright, just getting into the game. Gonna be a nightmare to edit. Sorry, editors.
It's now illegal.
Ooh, Elemental's not bad here. He could go Splinter for funsies, but we're getting Bran like guaranteed here. So getting Elemental is like, you can buy the reroll from the shop, then take Elemental, and your shop is huge. But looks like he's like, he doesn't care. But he can get money this way, right? Like, because next turn he needs to go up to 15 gold. He's only going to have 9, so you need the money. I think the Ritualist is also going to be pretty good. There's that Bacon too, right? Yeah. I think you freeze this then. No? Unless he's not in a rush to trigger it. Okay. All right, so he's already made some moves that I wouldn't have, which is great because you want to see, right? You want to learn, you want to see what other players are doing. I think that grabbing the Bran on tier 2 would have been fine, but looking at how things played out, I like him going to tier 4 and then opening up the Bran. I think that was super solid. He gets a turtle. Okay, bro. I guess. I guess you roll and try to get money. Like, okay, he's just gonna sell everything instead of that. Golden Ghoul. The reason why I didn't mind rolling is because he had free rerolls anyway. Both Trust and the Elemental are fine. The Elemental can do some cool shit. Titus with the Ghoul, yeah. That's not bad. The Ghoul needs to die before Titus, though. It's got 6 health. That's the problem here. But just buying these is fair. Man, I feel like the 4-5 is like a must-buy when you have Bran, yeah. It's got so many rolls banked, though. That's fun. Okay, very, very cool. Leverages life total for level. He didn't, even. He won the fight because the other guy leveled too. So the turn he leveled. So that's why I say I think it worked out really well. Alright, so the opponents... What was this? Oh, it's Collins. Yeah. Collins with a golden Peggy. Double golden shipwright. Definitely enough tempo here. Holy crap. But what is important for Dog is that his undead died before Titus. So he does get 4 of these spells. And this is where it's so cool. If you get death rattles, you farm so much money here. Like, he could easily be on tier 6 here. Yeah, you gotta sell to make board space here. Ooh. Sure. I mean, he's rolled in a bit first to see if he finds that triple. I guess, right? He could have found another one. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess if he can find a golden elemental here. Okay, he's buying the conflax from the shop. Okay, so if he just makes enough board space, he gets so much money here, which is why I was considering just leveling. But he's on 21. There's a Rylak. There's Lava Lantern. Man, this is looking like a really, really nice stabilization game. Golden Ascendant. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, wow. Doesn't want it? Saving the... Wait, whoa. We don't give a shit. Okay, I am confused. But we're buying... Okay, so we're going Rylak. I'm just watching. He's not caring the slightest. Yeah. I mean, he's doing some really, really cool shit. This is a very fun turn. But, like, he's made it clear sort of what he wants... Or, sorry, what he doesn't want to be doing. That's the sell Blanchy then, yeah. And just buff Blanchy. I was thinking, do I add another Titus to the board here or not? Alright, well, he's on tier 6 with a big Blanchy, not losing. Well done. So he's just farming the rolls there. But what could he have done? He could have also just had the Ascendant. Golden Ascendant. But I guess he knows how to play elementals well enough already that he's just pushing for the higher cap, which is the conflagration stuff, right? All right, here we go. Greater trinkets. This is incredibly interesting to watch. This is why I really, really, really like watching these... Man, he's just getting the golden Ellie. I mean, I want to see what he does. Like, it really feels like he's just setting up for conflag. Sells the golden engine when he has Rylak too. Just sells the Rogers, sells the... What was it? He just uses the magic absorptions. Like, what is he doing? Like, normally you're trying to leverage those. At least that's from we saw from the sliders game. And I say this in like a good way, right? When I say, what is he doing? Not like, oh my God, he doesn't know how to play. I'm just like, I'm genuinely just confused. But he's a very, 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 very good player. So him not wanting to set up for that conflagration was just confusing to me. Because normally the ley lines are your payoff, right? So those blue spells that he just used, those are... ooh, got eyes. Golden Rylak, I guess? No, he's just going for the alley. So he just wants to have a shit ton of rolls. He wants to have a shit ton of rolls so he can do something. And the something... Okay, so I guess he was rolling for conflag. We do not have the board space to farm more conflags, though. I really, really hate it being... Like, it's not... Yeah. Okay, so conflagration. He wants conflag. Yeah, but conflag with magic absorption was like the insane line, but I guess he just cares about Blanchy, which makes the magic absorption not good. Oh my god, wait. Wait. Sindore with 3 damage. Okay. So he got the rolls, but no conflag. And then his brand gets sniped, his conflag dies, and his battle cry dies. So the Rylak does nothing. Sunny, whatever you prefer. Alright. Well, you know, now we're below damage cap. We don't have conflags in our hand. Wait, I lied. We do have conflags in our hand. We could play Lava Lantern and sell the conflag and get more. He is rotating freaking Lava Lanterns, though. Belinda also triggers your conflict twice. But it's very, very challenging, right? I do not want to make it out like this is like, oh, you know, like Doc could be getting so much more. Like this is like when you play for the first time in early access event, my God, there's so much to think about. Legend, thank you very much for the prime. Good to have you. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, get some triples from the beast thing. So what I'm basically thinking about here is that you have the way how Sliders played this. That's my reference point, right? So Sliders played this where he farmed a lot of magic absorption and conflagration, and then he kept lava lanterns on his board. So Dog is using the Rarran Titus and anomaly engine instead of using lava lantern. So from what I saw from Sliders, it felt better to use lava lantern as your engine instead of the rerolls. I think this is a little bit more previous season where you did not have access to lava lantern. Ooh, okay. So now he's getting a lot stronger. But now that minion still has to die. Because he has Golden Titus, the ship jumper guy is an insane buff target. Take a second after the review to speak about your thoughts of potential power. You mean like what he could have done? Sure, we could talk about it afterwards, but it's just a different comp. It's a different board. Like he would just keep Lava Lantern instead of Rarran and rerolls. And then he would farm ley lines and conflags, and Slider's board had several elementals that were 25,000 in stats, so that seems pretty good to me. But again, this is so new that I wasn't doing this on the early access, that's for sure. So I never even got to play elementals. I had a very, very few lobbies with elementals in, actually. And also Rarran with rerolls is what you know, right? So that's fair to just do it that way. But just from what I saw, using Lava Lantern was extremely successful because it also helps you set up for the conflag, because if you play Lava Lantern, you're going to get a lot more elementals played per turn, and the conflag improves every time you play an elemental. So it's +4/+4 every time you play an elemental per conflagration, so that's obviously quite good. It's regular brand, not golden brand yet. Lava Lantern, you can sell the conflag. It is shielded, it is golden, but it's quite nice to use Lava Lantern when you can. Cycling these pirates because it's an extra minion plate. Is it based off cards played or just Ellie's played? It might just be cards played or minions played. Is Wisdom Ball the same as before? There might be a slight change. We had a golden ship jumper there, but we have golden brand, so I definitely like rolling for value. Okay, I have to use one conflagration here to get a little bit more hand space. Ooh, so he has Macaw. No, he had Macaw. Jeez, that's like so much to do. It's very hard to do all of it. So I think he's going to want the Macaw, right? Because of the ship jumper. Ship jumper. This is like the point of what he's doing now. If you get a big ship jumper, it's kind of like a big stun drake, where you can you can get the ship jumper up to, let's say, like 2,000 damage, and then its effect is Death Rattle spawn a Scallywag that has as much. Yeah, Dog is hovering it. You spawn a Scallywag that has as much damage as that guy. So you then want to use Macaw to trigger that Death Rattle with Golden Titus, so that you just like machine gun down the whole board, basically. He's gonna have a tricky fight here with RDU, but he used armor and damage cap is still on, so we're always gonna be okay. Why does he play the second brand? It's just good habit for Magma Lock and all that stuff. Throughout the years, there have been several rewards for playing more cards. So it's something you see old school players do all the time. It's just it's a habit. He's selling the Macaw though. He's not thinking about it yet, I think. Yeah. But like Macaw is how the comp gets really crazy. I think he's just not a almost selling our Golden Titus. Classic. Dude, the Tempests goldened itself because it generated Elemental of Surprise. That is insane. That is actually wishing for more wishes. Damn, that's cheating, chat. He's even skipping the discover spells because it's too slow. Funny. So yeah, just trying to play as much as possible to get as many conflagration stacks. Yes, golden lava lantern here. No. Sick. Then there's more conflags. Okay. He's rebuying the Macaw, I believe. Nice. He's duplicated the rolls because it's kind of hard with hand space. Please don't sell the Macaw again. I don't think I can handle that. Again, it's totally unfair because, you know, Dog is playing like literally the first few hours of the new early access. So there's like so much to think about. But the whole point here is to get Macaw with the ship jumper. Yeah, okay, we're freezing. Nice. That was really an element of surprise. Yes. This is the line that gets instantly... That doesn't get instantly nerfed. Well, the ship jumper is also sick. So I would say that the two things that stand out to me from the early access event is just how many stats you can print with Leyline plus Magic Absorption and Belinda. That's the missing piece there. What Belinda does is whenever you target a minion with a spell, cast it twice or 3 times if you have a golden Belinda. So what you can do with the other variant of how I saw Sliders play elementals is you farm a lot of conflagrations, same as what Dog is doing right now. So you're gonna want your brand, you're gonna want your battle cries and stuff, and then you target a minion in the shop, and then you use Magic Absorption. But not only will your conflagrations apply 3 times because you have Belinda, sorry, you will also get your Magic Absorptions to target 3 times, which means that every time you play a Magic Absorption, which is a spell-like conflagration that you generate from a minion. Okay, it's actually gonna buy a Belinda here too, that's cool. Every time you do that, you're going to get only half the stats of what the minion in the shop has. But if you have Belinda, you gain 1.5. So if you cast and you make the shop like 500, which, you know, is feasible given the Belinda, your conflagrations will activate 3 times. Every time you cast a Magic Absorption, you gain 750 stats. And just imagine with a golden brand, it's not so hard to generate like, you know, at least like 5 Magic Absorptions. So unbelievable. Anyways, again, that is a really difficult thing to set up. Dog, given the chaos of it being the new event and like how much he has to think about, how much he has to do, is navigating it really well. So very nice. Okay, he just has to use those. He doesn't have an elemental. Oh, you gotta play an elemental. Yeah, I just have to... Ugh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff to do. He still has his Blanchy, which I don't think matters even that much. Do we have Taunt? Oh, we're just going in, huh? Yeah. There's so much he needs to do. And the Magic Absorptions, he can't play those unless he has an elemental on the board, so... I think we're fine. So the Macaw has Wind Fury, but the target of the Macaw died, so the Wind Fury is going to actually happen. That is dirty, bro. That is so dirty. So the Macaw Wind Furies, and normally would have died, so it would actually not Wind Fury, but because the Ship Jumper kills the target of the Macaw mid-flight of the Macaw is like, ooh, my thing is dead. I'm gonna Wind Fury. So he needs Divine Shield for Titus. Well, I mean, a taunt would do, right? It's just like, sure, if we could somehow Divine Shield the Titus, I'll take it. But I'm just like taunting, like a taunt Leroy, for instance, would be okay. Divine Shield taunt would work. Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous that we're skipping all the taunts, but like Sewer Rat, Reborn Rylak, like just anything that doesn't like get us killed, basically. We have double Golden Macaw if we want it. Yeah, Blanchy is no longer that interesting. All right, so 2 Golden Reborn Macaws. And he already has the big ship jumper. This was very creative by Dog. The reason I actually like paused the game in the middle, because I knew that I wanted to watch a ship jumper game. And his board was like so far away from ship jumper that I actually had to pause and say, wait, am I on the right game? So that's how creative he was this game, which is really cool. Yeah, I could tell you that I would definitely not have had this board in this position. Like during the early access event, like right now I'm understanding the leyline absorption game plan a lot better. So like now it would be, now I would do a lot better, but you kind of want to play down a unit. I kind of just like playing this Taunt Reborn thing instead of the other Macaw. If he wants to keep Rarran, which I think you do. Okay, sure. I think you can cut one Macaw and just play the Taunt Reborn, just so you're safer for a bit longer. But this Golden Wind Fury Macaw with the Titus alive is going to just absolutely murder this board. That's 2 and 3. I think he gets 6 times 3 times 2, and then he Wind Furies, right? So he gets 12. He gets 12 from that one Macaw without Reborn happening. Yep. Scallywag is back, ladies and gentlemen. So he kills 12, yeah. Do you consider that streamers got to play 24 hours of the new season before anyone else? Well, we played 6 hours, not 24 hours. And cheating, it depends on how you define cheating. It also depends on what you define as the objective is, right? If the objective is, okay, let me finish this game first, because I don't mind talking about that, because I think it could be interesting. I'm thinking like, what's the optimal stuff for him here? I think it's like Taunt Divine Shields or Reborn Taunt, right? We're still looking for allies here just for money, or? I guess Golden Ship Jumper, right? That's where it's at. Golden Ship Jumper, yeah. Okay, Rats with taunts. We used all our taunts though, unfortunately, yeah. This is, yeah, it's a tricky one. We do have some money in our hand, so it's whatever. So he's playing the Belinda here before using the Conflax, get a little bit of extra value. And then Taunt Reborn. Okay, you can play that instead of Bran or Macaw, but we can just sell the Bran, I guess. Ooh. Oh, what? No. Ugh. Oh, this is bad. I don't think it matters because our comp is that good, but we're gonna waste like a whole Macaw. Yeah, there's like a whole Macaw not doing anything here. I don't think it matters. Because every Scallywag one-shots each unit. And we know that one Macaw summons 12. So it kind of doesn't matter. Like, you're good. You're gonna be okay. If you can kill 12 units with one Macaw, sorry, with one half of a Macaw, because the Reborn is another half, right? The Reborn is another 6. So each Macaw can kill 18 units. If your opponent only has 7 units, you know, one Macaw is all you need, right? You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. So, but yeah, he needs to play down. The rat that spawns does not have taunt, so taunted Sewer Lord doesn't work. If the rat had taunt, it would be a fantastic minion in this particular spot, because then you would just play the rat taunted, which then summons another taunt, which then summons another taunt. Yeah, I like new hero power too. Storm Pike. Wait, is that a problem? It's a bit of a problem. I guess you could taunt the ship jumper, or you could just sell Macaw. You can sell the small Macaw, and you can sell the brand and end on the taunt reborn. Like that's a thing. No, it wouldn't. Any death rattle summon would clog his board. Oh, because of Titus. That's true. That's true. Titus is a problem then, yeah. Yep, you're right. Do we just like taunt ship jumper and sell Brandon? I think you just sell a small Macaw here. Ah, but his Vandar is gonna proc, right? His Vandar is gonna proc. Again, it doesn't matter. Like, this guy does not have more than 18 units on his board. So, well, I guess the Wind Fury could have killed Titus. Okay, that would have been a minor problem. But that's okay. I guess he has shield, so it does count double. Yeah. Yeah, this could have gone wrong, I guess. The tracker isn't on here, but I'm guessing these odds are not 100%. Simply because the Wind Fury could have just instantly decked the Titus. Man, GG's. That was a hectic game, man. Super, super well played by Dog.